I'm gonna right now just kind of doing a walkthrough for a quick, easy, like how to set up your YubiKey. This is not going to go into the really advanced stuff, but it's gonna be able to use it your authenticator app, two-factor, and basically make it a lot easier to log into a lot of these sites. Starting with a fresh YubiKey, I'm using this one, but this is the same process for nearly all of your YubiKeys. If you have questions, ask the Loving Security channel. So, first thing you got to do is you got to install two pieces of software. One of them are the YubiKey Authenticator, and this is also an iPhone app. I'll put the links with this video. Basically, this allows you to, those 6-digit tokens, you can store them, you can access them on the computer or your phone or any device where you have it. The tokens are actually stored on the YubiKey, not on that device. So it's very easy. Again, there's download links here, and there's also another kind of quick way I can show you as well. That's one app. The second app is really not used as much by most people, but it's going to make setting this thing up a whole lot easier. This is YubiKey Manager. This is more for administrative type tasks. You're going to use it pretty much during this setup, and you're probably never going to touch it again, but it's a pretty user interface to get it going. Again, download links here. If you're on a Mac, I can share this with you. It's basically, you run that in your terminal and it does the same thing as install, a little easier to use. But yeah, so I'm going to kind of basically assume you've installed it. I've already got it installed on my computer. I'm going to open up the YubiKey Manager. So you're going to open it up. It's going to look like this. And if you don't, you need to obviously have your YubiKey inserted in your computer. You insert it, it's going to show up your model and all that kind of stuff. If you have two YubiKeys, you can only have one plugged in at this time. So make sure you only have a single YubiKey plugged in. So you have this set up. The first thing you're going to do is go over to your PIV application. Before you reset anything, you want to configure your certificates. So just go through these. You're going to need them. Don't assume it's okay. Basically, authentication, self-signed, algorithm. You can choose a ton of them. Just choose the default subject. I like to use my name, but you can put whatever you want there. It's just kind of easier to put your name. Next, you can put this to be anything you want. It can literally be whatever you want. You can keep the default, change it, whatever you so think, so choose. But basically, when this expiration date passes, the things you've used to authenticate are no longer going to work. So just keep that in mind. If you plan on using this thing for a long time, set a long date. If not, set a shorter date. Basically, it's going to do this, good, generate, and then it's going to ask for your management key. Just click Use Default. Okay, it's also going to ask for a PIN. Your default PIN is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put that down. And we'll change those later, but for the setup, it's just a little easier that way. So, okay, boom, you have authentication. Now your digital signature. This certificate is for like Adobe DocuSign and that kind of stuff, as well as some other stuff, but like you could commit and stuff. But I'm just going to keep the default date. It's kind of good to have in here. You can use stuff down the road. 6, boom, changed, done. Kind of go through these 4 certificates. Boom. Generate, use default. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Awesome. And last one. Boom. Okay, so now we have 4 PIV certificates in here. These are for developers out there. This is not GPG certificates. I know the names are the same. It's different. YubiKey can handle your GPG stuff, but that's not this video. So, now that you have your PIV set up, you want to now go back, so Applications, PIV, and you've configured your certificates. Now for the Apple people, hopefully with the screen recording, if you unplug your YubiKey, then plug it back in. Yes, so once those certificates are configured, if you notice here, your Mac detects a unpaired smart card because the smart card has certificates that the Mac trusts. So we're going to click if you so choose. Basically, this does not lock you out. There's a way to do that. You don't want to do it. But basically, it gives you the capability to use your YubiKey PIN in lieu of your obviously very long password that everyone has on their computer. So when you do things like in your settings or whatever, you need a password to log. You can even log in, and I'll kind of show that in a bit. But I'm going to pair this. It's the same, that's the name, the ID you put there, the certificates it's using, pair. It's going to ask you for your password a lot. Boom. It's going to ask for the PIN. This changes based off your YubiKey. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Password again. And this is your computer password. Boom. Okay, to kind of show what that does really quick. So this is just, this is just a setting that's going to require that. So if you notice, that asks for PIN. I'm going to unplug my YubiKey. Boom, ask for password. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, modify settings. And if I unplug it, so basically now it's, again, you saw how that kind of worked. It kind of a neat little thing to help out. Okay. So, and the last thing we want to do is, second to last thing, is obviously you just gave this thing access to your Mac to unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not going to cut it. So what we're going to do is we're going to change all these 3 keys. I have this set up as the demo here, but you want to save these values somewhere. Don't just think you're going to remember them. But don't put them on a text file on your computer. Put them in LastPass, write them on a piece of paper, and don't lose the piece of paper, and lock it away, or something permanent, wherever you keep your passwords, and not in Google Password Manager or something. Because if you lose these, you can't get into the YubiKey. YubiKey doesn't have a master password they can do to get in. So if you lose this, all the systems you've authenticated with, they're gone. So I'm going to start on the left, just move to the right, PIN, change your PIN. Your current PIN, you're going to click Use Default, and for the new PIN, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's 6 to 8 digit characters, so, and 6 to 8 digits. So it can be whatever you so choose. I'm just going to choose that for this. Change PIN. Done. PIN changed. You're probably never really going to use this, but it's good. You obviously don't want to have to. This is used in changing things. I'm going to use 6 digits, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change back. Okay. Management key. Your current key is obviously use default. You can use your own management key, but you're probably not going to get the right count. It's kind of a pain. It's probably not going to be as secure. I would recommend using the generation thing. It has the option here to protect it by a PIN. That is ultimately up to you if you so choose to do it. If you choose to protect it with a PIN, I would recommend using the same PIN that you set up for your card. Basically, this will, anytime you use your management key, it's going to require you to enter your PIN. The management key is used to reset your YubiKey PIN, like the one that you're going to use to log into your computer. So, if you lose that PIN, and you've protected your management key with a PIN, you're locked out forever. The card, you're going to have to reset it to use it again. You can't reset your PIN because the management key is locked with a PIN. So that's ultimately up to you. Personally, I don't protect mine with a PIN, but that is ultimately up to you. So again, management key, it has this button. I highly recommend you use it. You can choose the different algorithms. I'm going to use TDES, the default. Boom, generate. Okay, don't just click finish. Really, really, really important here. Do not just click finish. You want to copy, take your management key, copy it over, and save it. Like, that is important. You do not need to lose that. Again, don't click finish until you save that, or you're gonna have to reset the key and start over. So click finish, boom. Not protected by pen, it's okay. We have those. I'm gonna walk through one quick thing. All our certificates are done. One last thing. With your OTP, your touch to configure, it happens a lot, Civic Actions, and I think everywhere, where it's like someone will, accidentally bump it, and you see what it did. It just input, that string of characters. So, one thing you can do, you can configure this for other stuff, that's fine, you probably don't need to. Go into Applications, OTP, and click Swap. What that's going to do is, it's not removing it. Oh, come on. Come on. Of course it's not doing it now. One second. There it is. So, sorry, my USB thing messed up. So basically what that does is it makes it a longer touch. So instead of just touching it and you entering your key, you have to hold it a little bit longer. It's ultimately up to you. You don't have to. I have that, and it keeps the, keeping those out of Slack conversations, because that sometimes happens. So ultimately up to you. You don't have to. If you want to change it back, it's super, super easy. I'm going to change it back to that. So for now, we are done. Like, that's YubiKey Manager. There's a lot more you can do. One last thing. If you want to disable anything, so right now you have USB, and this is an NFC. So this can be like near field communication. If you want to disable certain applications, the developers here notice we have OpenPGP, and Fido's a bunch of other stuff you can do. If you want to disable stuff, you don't really need to, but if you wanted to, you can do that. So yeah, beyond that, YubiKey Manager, you are done.